we made some arrangements with the Russians. Russians are not liked in some places. But for us, we have no problem with those people. We work very well with them. They were here, and we agreed with them. What did we agree, Irene? Don't mind getting up and sitting. It's good for you, for the exercise.
Your Excellency, we have a bilateral memorandum of understanding with the government of the Republic of Russia. And in there, we've agreed to study the suitable technology that can be developed in Uganda.
Yes.
But we also have a similar arrangement with China, so we are studying both.
Okay. So, that is really, then we have the in-house techniques, like the biogas. You know, some of us have got quite a lot of cows, and the cows, they don't waste time going to the bathroom. They deposit their droppings wherever. And when I was going, I didn't go to Edinburgh for the environment conference, but I sent my message by long distance. And as we were preparing, we studied all this. Apparently, when you allow our cows and our goats to spread their cow dung and all that it causes more problem for the environment. But if you capture all that and you put it in digesters and you produce biogas, which you can use for cooking, then it's, you solve the problem of cooking, but you also, it's better for the environment. Apparently it's a bit better. This is what I said in my speech when I spoke. So those are the now local efforts. I don't think you need to bother owning cows and all that. Let us handle that. For you can continue with what you are doing. So therefore, on the side of energy, these are our preferences. But there is petroleum, which we now have. These technologies are very wasteful because in that Mwitanzige Valley, what they call Lake Albert, but our real name is, for that lake is Mwita Nzige, the killer of the locusts. The locusts could not cross that lake. I think it was too wide for their, I think locusts fly for a short distance and settle down or something. So you would find a lot of locusts floating there. That's why it was called Mwita Nzige. This is the name of that lake. So Mwita Nzige, that valley, we have 6.5 billion barrels there in the ground. But our company, our friendly companies, Total and Sinuk and the other ones, they have said that their technology can only pump out 1.4 billion. Oh, Banange. So all the 5 billion will remain there. We said, okay, Katonda Jari. God is there. So we said, okay. So there is that 1.4 billion barrels which can be pumped out and put through the East African pipeline and the refinery. We shall build a refinery at Hoima. I did not support the idea of a pipeline because I asked my Total friends, the man who died in Moscow. You remember that chairman of Total, who the short man who died in Moscow, and then the other one, the smaller one, and now I'm dealing with the tall one. So with all these chairmen, my question was, where are you taking our petrol? Pipeline for what? Here in East Africa, we have got energy needs. Why don't you build a refinery and we supply ourselves? That was my preference. Then they said, no, you know, that to get money quickly, to get back their money quickly, the pipeline is also, was actually their preferred option, pipeline only. I said, no, that will never happen in Uganda when I'm here. We cannot have oil, and you find that we are stuck without petroleum when some Slavic groups start fighting. You can imagine. Some Slavs are fighting, Ukrainians and Russians, here we are suffering. How can that be? And we have our oil, which we have pumped out. Said, no, there must be a refinery. So that's why we settled on the idea of a refinery and a pipeline. It's a compromise on my part, very, very big one. Because remember, when I pump the oil through the pipeline, I lose money because each barrel pays a fee of 12.7 cents for being pumped through the pipeline. If I had not agreed to that, I would not lose that money. What do you call that money? The 12.7? What fee? Minister, help me. Irene is very tired of standing up and down.
It is the tariff transportation cost.
Transshipment, what?
12.7.
This is what they call it. Transshipment what? Huh? Rebound, what do they call it?
Pipeline tariff or tariff transportation.
Oh, okay, that one there. $12.7 per barrel, which I would not pay if I had used only the refinery. But I developed interest in it later on. Initially, I said I wanted to move with Total. Say, okay, this is not the end of the world. Let's move. But later on, I developed interest in it for two reasons. First of all, our Tanzanian brothers and sisters will benefit also. And Tanzania is important for Africa because under their leader, Mwalimu Nyerere, they supported the liberation of Southern Africa. When we were fighting the Portuguese and Ian Smith and all those groups, Tanzania was on the front line. So I was very happy to make a small contribution to the Tanzanian economy. So I developed my own interest in the project, other than wanting to go along with Total, but I have now got my own interests now.